What's up, guys? Old Head Mike here, Metalcore Mommy Montana. Welcome to our review of Lovecraft Country, Episode 6.
I'm sorry I let you get attacked by a werewolf and then into the world.
Wow, so this one's a little different. This is a flashback background episode where this is during Tick's time of the Korean War, and it shows his love story with Jia, the girl that he called, from the first episode and all that. Basically, we find out that this girl is not human completely. It's a spirit, a nine-tails spirit that lives in this girl's body that her mother had summoned because I guess they didn't say that she died, but I'm guessing that's what they were talking about because
the whole thing is she has to kill like 100 men and then she becomes like human again. But like it doesn't ever necessarily say if it did. I guess we missed it. But
they were talking about because her father did stuff to her. They didn't. I don't know if they like clarified that he killed her, but I guess she was just trying to get the spirit to make her more whole again. I don't know, to kind of erase.
I don't know. It kind of leans against the fact that she killed her father, because she like has that whole talk with her mom. She's like, I have all his They're like when she kills the men, like. I don't know. It looks like some spider type shit. Like it's crazy.
It's tails, is what it is.
That's tails, but it looks like some spider shit.
It's like tentacles. It's tentacles, but they're hairy.
Yeah, they're hairy. They come out of her fucking eyes. Really their ears, like her mouth, everything. Yeah. But like she like is eating their souls basically. So she embraces like all of their memories, their entire like life. And she was talking about like how she didn't have any memories because it's not really her. It's like a different spirit, or it's like it's a spirit, so it's not her, and she doesn't have any of her own memories. The girl's memories. But she started like humming like a song, and her mom was like, "See, that is you," and she like breaks out and is like, "No, I know this song because of his memories, because that's what she did whenever he did stuff, So I don't know. Maybe he did kill her, and then she killed him for revenge or some shit, or she killed him for doing what he did to her. I don't know. She killed him, though, for sure.
It was kind of vague on that, at least for me. I don't know. So if you know, let us know. But anyway, so the spirit is living in her, and she's about to become human, and she discovers that she kind of likes being human, and she starts discovering emotions and all this kind of stuff. She has a best friend that works at the hospital with her, and Tick and his army buddies, they're trying to find a spy, a communist spy, and it's this girl's Jia's best friend.
Yeah, so Jia like listens into her best friend's conversation or whatever, and like finds out that she's talking to another man about being a communist, and she's like, "Don't worry, I won't tell anyone." And then the next scene is like all the nurses get like taken into this dirt road thing, and they get like put on their knees, and the soldiers are being like dicks about it, and like
they're just trying to figure out who's the communist spy that they're looking for, and so they start executing them until the girl's finally like, "Oh, it's me," They take her away, and
it's the last you see of her.
Yeah, that's the last you see of her. And so Jia witnesses all this and watches her friend get taken away, knowing that she's probably gonna die.
And Tick did all of this, by the way.
Yeah,
he
had a hand in it. He executed like one or two of the other nurses, and then drug her away. And so she felt the anger from this. And later on, it's like a couple months later, Tick is injured and is in the hospital, and she sees him from across the room, and she's like, this motherfucker, and
she starts plotting. She's gonna kill this hoe.
Yeah, and so anyways, she starts getting together with him and trying to get close to him so she can, manipulate him, and then they start like actually doing it, and she realizes that she's kind of got feelings for this dude, and she can feel her tail stuff coming out, and she is like, "No, I can't get out," and he leaves. And So they meet up again the next day, and he's pissed off because he had feelings for her, and she, you know, kicked him out. She's like, she confronts him, and she's like, you know, hey, you killed my best friend, you know, this is, and
he gets mad over the fact that, like, she never told him that she, like, he didn't recognize her, I guess, you know, and, like, she obviously knew who he was, and he was like, you knew this whole time, you didn't say anything, blah, 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 like, you led me on.
But then they realize that they're, you know, they have a lot more in common. You know, this is when they start getting closer, and they're like, we're not the things we've done, basically, is what they say to each other, and then they kiss, and they start living happily ever after for a couple months. I guess it looks like they do it several times more. They show a lot of that.
He ate that pussy.
And so they hook up, and, you know, she controls all of her stuff, and they're happy. And then finally he's like, you know, oh, hey, you know, I've got this, they're giving me the leave, I can go home now, you know. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, that's good, you know. And he's like, well, I can stay. And she's like, you know, don't do that for me, there's, you know, more that you don't know about me. And he's like, oh, you know, that's,
I wouldn't, there's nothing you could tell me that would make me leave.
Yeah.
That's literally what he says.
Yeah.
And then shit goes down.
And then so they're doing it again, and that's when her tails start coming out again, and she can't control it, and it, like, starts, like,
she tries to, she like, grabs them.
Yeah, she's like, no, stop. And then, like, her tail's, like, attached to his eyes, and, like, start, like, sucking out his memories. And she sees all of his stuff with his dad beating him.
She sees Letty
growing up, and yeah, she starts getting these visions of his future, actually, afterwards. And she sees him, like, he's, like, chained up on something, and I guess he's about to die.
Yeah. And
she sees it, she realizes it, and she tells him, you know, but he's, you know, he just saw some tails and shit. He doesn't know what's going on.
Shit literally attached to his face. He's
so
butt ass naked, freaking out.
This was the only part that I thought was kind of weird. Thinking back on the last episode, when he's decoding the shit, and he gets the letters die. He gets the word die. How does he connect just one word, die, to everything that she was saying months ago?
I mean,
like, you can just see die and be like, oh, I'm gonna die, you know, that.
Yeah, well, I mean, her last words to him were literally saying, like, you're gonna die if you go to that house, or if you leave, and blah, 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 you know, and, like, she was literally, like, telling him, you're gonna die, and then he left, you know, and if that really was, like, his first time seeing supernatural shit, like, I'm sure that entire encounter would stick with him, you know, because, like, as far as we know, that was the first time he ever saw something like that.
I'm just wondering, like, why he only decoded one word, and how does he know in what context that's in, you know? You know, maybe he wasn't finished, maybe it was supposed to say diet, you know, maybe he's just supposed to go on a diet.
I fucking hate you. I don't know why, like,
but
it pissed me off that, like, he left her super shitty, and I guess it's important that he contacts her because, like, obviously shit is connecting, but, like, he left her like an asshole, and then, like, he calls and she picks up and stuff, and, like, if I was her, I wouldn't give him any answers. I'd be like, bitch, figure that shit out on your own.
She almost ate him.
She did not almost eat him. She didn't want to. She loved him. She tried to grab her tails. She kicked him off of her when they connected to his fucking face. She didn't kill him.
Yeah, but still, if you're in love with some girl and she has got tails coming out of her ass,
maybe
you know?
Shouldn't have said there was nothing she could do to make him leave.
Yeah,
I'd be more understanding.
No one would picture that to be.
Okay, what would he do if Letty grew tails? That bitch is talking to ghosts and shit. Like,
now he's used to it, so
whatever.
Who knows? But I will say the only downside is the tails were a little CGI. I feel like they could have used a little, because up to this point the CGI in the show has been pretty good, and I thought the tails were just a little iffy.
No, they creep.
I mean, they were creepy. They were still. It was just a little CGI. But when she kills that dude, fucking Ando from Heroes,
and then it's like the very first kill in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. But I'm just nitpicking. And she saw visions of Tick helping her friend get.
He was like pulling out her teeth with pliers.
I think he was just holding her. I don't know if he was actually doing it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to go back and watch it again. But that happened, and so. But really, that's about it. Although, if you did stay for the previews for next week, spoilers if you haven't, if you stay away from, you know, if you stay away from the previews, like some people like to not watch the previews so they can be surprised. On the previews for next episode, this one's going to be about Hippolyta. Finally, we get to see what she's doing with that orrery. I think that's what it is. The thing that the gold thing that she stole from
the little solar
from Letty's house.
Thing. Yeah.
That no one mentioned, you know, until like I think it was like last episode she was talking about it. It looks like she's gonna go in like different universes or time travel or something. She takes over like different bodies and shit. I don't know. It's gonna be nuts. So we're definitely excited for this one. Still, honestly, while this one was kind of a slower thing, you know, and it was just background story, I thought it was really cool. And honestly, I wouldn't mind like they could do like their own show of just
a spin-off of
Gia.
her.
Yeah,
oh my god,
that would be
I would
cool.
Totally be down for that. Like I don't know, even if it was like the entire like episode, we were like a completely different, like, I'm not gonna say timeline, but place or whatever, you know. That shit was still so entertaining.
She had a really good story. She did great in her role, you know, and Tick was only in maybe the last like
it wasn't much, maybe halfway through.
And
it's still like, even when he came in, it didn't really like it kind of revolved around
really
him,
focused
but
on her.
It was her.
She did a great job. Her character was really good. And you really felt for her a little bit, because I don't think she's technically a demon. She's just a spirit, you know. Spirit's like neutral, so.
And she didn't want to. Like halfway through, she like, or maybe
she didn't
after
like
2 kills.
She didn't like doing it.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not killing anymore. And then like Tick killed her friend, and she was like, okay, this is the last one, because she only did one more, like for her to be normal again, and she didn't like kill for the rest of the episode. Like she didn't want to do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, great episode. Still going strong, 10 out of 10. They still haven't let up, and by the scenes for the next episode, it still looks like it's going to keep going. Great job. This is probably the best TV show on TV right now. I can't think of anything, literally,
that comes anywhere near it.
Anything. Keep it up, guys. Really proud of you. This show is awesome. Let us know your thoughts on this episode. Would you like to see a series of Gia series, you know, nine-tailed spirit,
fox spirit?
Yeah, that was really cool.
And then she had the moment with the fox too, like at the end.
She goes back to the
what are they called? Fuck.
I guess a sorceress.
It wasn't. It was like a shaman. There you go. That was the name of it.
Was that what they said?
Yeah, they said the shaman. They go back, I guess, to at the very end of the episode. They like. She wants to find out answers on what she saw with Tick, because like her seeing the future was the first thing. Like that was the first time
she'd done that.
Yeah, and the shaman is basically like, those are mortal worries, like you don't need to worry about that, and like burns a piece of paper.
Just do your job.
Yeah, and I didn't really understand.
She just
what they were
says,
saying
she
at the
says
end.
you'll that's not the only death you'll see plenty more.
Yeah, you'll see
like
many
that,
deaths or some shit. And then she has like a cute little moment staring at a fox in the snow.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
So who knows what's gonna happen? But we're all gonna keep staying tuned. HBO is doing a great job. HBO always has pretty good TV shows. Other than that, really, you know, just like I said, let us know your thoughts on the episode, and give us a like and subscribe if you like what you see. Leave some comments, and we'll talk to you. See you guys next week. Old Head Mike signing off, reminding you, never too old for this.
Someday, I will find you. Break those chains and find you. One